choppy edit. Hey guys, what's happening? So, first and foremost, I want to say congratulations to Jurgen Klopp, to Liverpool Football Club, to all the players, and to us, me and my friends, for Liverpool finishing the top 4 of the Premier League this season. I'm buzzing, absolutely buzzing with it, and I am perfectly within my rights to be buzzing about that. What I want to do before I move on is I want to offer an apology though to Arsenal. Why are you apologising to Arsenal? Why would anyone apologise to Arsenal? The only people who should be apologising to Arsenal are Arsene Wenger and Stan Kroenke. But no, I'm going to apologise to Arsenal because I'm going to come clean with you. I'm going to reveal a secret that every Liverpool fan who's watching this will know, and every Liverpool fan in the world will know, and we've kind of kept from you for all these years. So you know when we were taking the piss about you finishing top 4 and this whole top 4 trophy thing. We were taking the piss out of you for doing that. Yeah, we were just having a laugh. I'll be honest, we were just trying to wind you up. It came from 2 things. The first one of them, jealousy. It was absolute jealousy. Liverpool have been languishing outside of the Champions League for the vast majority of the last 7 years, barring one season where we went and played a bunch of no marks in the Bernabeu, which worked spectacularly. Not jealousy in the way you'd think. I can't be totally jealous of a club that doesn't challenge for Premier League titles, if I'm honest, particularly one that's got such incredible resources and a massive worldwide fan base and great foundations and a phenomenal stadium, all the things that Arsenal have got going for them. I am jealous of so many of those things, but I'm not jealous of the fact that Arsenal haven't done more with what they've got available to them. What I am jealous of is, you know, you've got to look up in the table. Liverpool have been finishing 7th, 6th, 7th, 8th, occasionally 5th, and just being a bit shit by our own very high standards. So look, I'll be perfectly honest, when we're winding Arsenal up about finishing 4th or 3rd, or, you know, scraping into 2nd because Spurs have Spurs there, that's where it comes from. Really, the second reason, the most important thing, is just the underachievements. If I'm perfectly honest, the reason why we've been having a go at Arsenal for finishing 4th is not because getting into the Champions League is not something to be of note, it's not something to be proud of. It is. Being in Europe's top competition is something very much to be proud of. Look, as I say, we've not been there consistently for the best part of a decade, and that really upsets me. The thing that we wind Arsenal up about the top 4 thing, about the 4th thing, is because do more with it, lads. Just do more with it. That's why we've been taking the piss. That's why we've been having a go. And as I'm saying, it's embarrassing. It's not really embarrassing. Being really embarrassing is like walking past a bus stop with loads of old people and probably young people, and then getting on the other side and realising your fly was undone. It's not happened to me. The reason I feel sorry for Arsenal is because if you there's nothing wrong with finishing 4th or 3rd or 2nd or not winning the title, because only one team can win the title in any given season. It's that, where has the title challenge been? Why haven't more been mounted? Again, look at the finances. The fair play to Arsene Wenger for steadying the ship and keeping Arsenal in there for years while the stadium was being built and being paid off and what have you. That's done. That's a few seasons now. There's no excuses for not buying better players, because Arsenal have got some great players. And look, ultimately, to be fair, this is what football's all about. Football is about having a laugh at your opponent and making them feel like their team isn't very good. What I will say is that if you thought that it was hard times having people taking the piss out of you finishing 4th, wait till you get used to finishing 5th, lads. 5th is shit. The Europa League is the fucking worst. It's the fucking worst. The worst competition. Okay, imagine if the FA Cup had 2 legs to each game, and you didn't get to play any teams other than teams that just want to come and murder your faces. And in doing that, you'd also have to travel thousands of miles and occasionally play games of football at 5:30 on a Thursday night when you finish work at 5:30, and somehow you've got to get from work to the ground to watch a game of football. Look, the Europa League is shite. What I'm really looking forward to going forward from this is what I'm going to call Europa League bingo. And what Europa League bingo is, it's essentially a game where you stay alert on social media and on YouTube channels for these phrases. And those phrases are as follows. It's a European trophy. Can only beat what's put in front of you. Sundays after playing Thursdays, oh, it's so hard for a squad. The round of 32 is a perfectly normal amount of teams to have in a knockout round. I really like having to take 4 flights and 3 trains to play a game at 5:30 on a Thursday. Some of those like to be more common than others. But no, look, I take the piss. But I think ultimately for Arsenal, the people who should be offering apologies, as I said, are Arsene Wenger and the owners, because Arsenal are a fantastic football club. And as I said earlier, so much of the stick comes from jealousy and also hatred for pipping us to the title in 1989. Listen, I'm old enough to remember it. Michael Thomas chose to sign him. Look, lots of it does stem from jealousy, but ultimately, Arsenal fans are right to expect more. And as I say, I feel sorry for Arsenal, and I need to offer an apology. And I think people need to keep an eye out for Arsenal fans next season, because you will try to justify where they are and what's going on, but unless they sort the managerial situation out, unless they sort the ownership situation out, unless they sort this situation where they buy players who aren't good enough to play at that level, Arsenal might find themselves in the wilderness for a lot longer than people expect, because although the Europa League is a shit competition, it's not a shit competition because it's full of teams that can't beat you. Now, it's chock full of teams that can beat you. And look, you might say 2 English teams have reached the finals in consecutive years, but that was not an easy feat necessarily from each. Man United have struggled against lower quality opposition. Liverpool had to get through Man United, Dortmund, Villarreal to get beat by Sevilla, who won it 3 years consecutively. The Europa League is a terrible competition because of the demands it puts upon you, not because of the difficulty of the games that you're due to face. I'm having a bit of a laugh. I'm in a good mood. It's the end of the season. If you can't get enjoyment out of progression as a football fan, then what are you going to get enjoyment from? And for me, yeah, no open-top bus tours, no parades, no cartwheels, no fireworks celebrations, a couple of bevies and some pleasant chats for Liverpool fans about the summer and where Liverpool can go from here. But ultimately, you know, it's football. Anything can happen in a year, and we could be right back there this time next year, and I fully expect this video to resurface if it does. Anyway, that's my thoughts on Arsenal, top 4, and the Europa League, for what it's worth.